For this business to survive, there has to be a lot of companies that can shoot 3D, but it has to be good. And it's the bad stuff that will start to hurt this business. Won't kill it, it's too far down the road at this point. But everything bad hurts. And you mentioned earlier the conversions. Conversion, everybody thinks because we make these camera systems, they think I'd be dead opposed to conversion. I absolutely am not. The 3D business needs massive amounts of content in order to grow.
Right.
And it's not just going to come from shooting, it's not just going to come from movies, it's going to come from conversion as well. But there's a difference. There's just like there's really bad 3D shooting and good 3D shooting, there's really bad conversion, and there are a few companies out there that do it really, really well.
Right.
This business needs everything, and conversion, when done right, actually works. But when done right, currently is more expensive than shooting, so of course the answer for features is shoot it. Plus, when you're shooting, you actually can see the stereo image on the set, so you're staging for this image, as opposed to shooting in 2D, knowing you'll convert it and guessing what it will look like. So it's a more powerful tool for the director to at least start with the stereo image. But ultimately, it's a world that'll coexist. Conversion will never work in a real-time basis. I know there are people out there with real-time converters. You put video in one end, and out the other end comes 3D. That stuff looks awful.
And something else that I find really interesting is that you're actually bringing people in for training sessions. And obviously, training is very important in an understanding of how to really fully integrate 3D into your storytelling process. What is your training session like? What are you helping the people that come in for training? And who are the people that are actually coming in for training?
Right now, I'd say it's easier to get your hands on equipment than trained people.
Mm-hmm.
So for this industry to start shooting a lot of 3D, there needs to be more trained people. The equipment 3ALITY is built is incredibly sophisticated. It makes it a no-brainer for the director and the DP to go shoot 3D because they don't need to think about it. But somewhere in the back is a technician that has to build that equipment on a set, move it to the next set, and align it and keep it running, which is an engineering role. So it's just another engineering role or a camera technician role. Those are really the two main roles on this. So we have to train a lot of people on not only how to shoot 3D right, but how to use our specific gear. Just like any sophisticated piece of technology that's out, whether it's a camera or a database product from Oracle or a Microsoft product or an aerial, everybody needs some training in the new tools.
Mm-hmm.
So we run training classes through here.
And now I'm going to open up my iris so I can see. And now I'm going to focus. And I'm going to just tweak in my alignment so that the rig can actually tell what the heck it's looking at.
So the training sessions, right now there's a large rental house that has picked up 3ALITY technology. So the group you saw out on the floor being trained, they're all technicians from the rental house. They have to know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to know how to show people to use it. But ultimately, you can't just take it out of a rental house without somebody that's trained and certified to go with it.
Right.
Just like any kind, you rent a Technocrane, you're getting an operator with it. But the people in the rental houses need to understand how to use it. We've sold gear to a number of OB companies, outside broadcast companies that deal with big live sporting events. They're trained because they're actually in the field every day using it. Now it's either our staff that's out there shooting their events, but that's not how television works. The first big customer in the Sun was B-Sky B. And so they chose an OB company named Telegenic. Telegenic has acquired a great deal of our gear. They're launching their 3D channel this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So they're out shooting constantly. Darts matches, soccer games, rugby, cricket, you name it, they're shooting it. Golf. They're actually shooting the Ryder Cup this weekend and they're doing all 18 holes in 3D.
Oh.
To do that, it requires a large amount of trained people. So we went over to the UK, we trained the Telegenic people. They got so good at it so fast that they're now training more people because as they acquire more equipment and shoot more events, they need a larger and larger pool of trained personnel.
Right.
So really, the training is what's necessary now to push this into the industry. People have to know how to use the gear, and they have to understand what's a good stereo image and what's not a good stereo image. It's actually not that hard to understand as soon as you understand a few core concepts.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Steve. Thank you.
You're welcome.